Everybody, we are back. It is Taped on Live's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at @DMarkJohnNFL for me and at MHolder95 for Matt as well. And of course, Panda Subs. Always use TDL for 35% off at pandasubs.com. All right, guys. So we're doing a little Lions preview today. Check out the gambling preview. Check that out. We did that as well yesterday. Now we get the film preview. This is the 2 previews we give you guys every week. And now we're gonna go over the Lions film. Matt's gonna do a little Aiden Hutchinson today, and I'm gonna go a little in depth into the offense. But so what'd you think of them on defense overall? I know you focused on Aiden Hutchinson, but like overall on defense, what did you think about him?
Well, first of all, Aiden Hutchinson is a monster. He's a legit pass rusher. We'll go over that a little. Like that's, obviously where he makes his money. He has a ton of tools, a ton of like different stuff he sets stuff up with. Like, guy's a really damn good player. I mean, I think defensively they have a lot of like really good players. Like I think Aleem McNeil's a good player, and Alex Anzalone, their linebacker's been playing pretty well for him this year. In the back end, and then Brian Branch too has been having a good year. I don't even know if he's healthy right now, though I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, they got a lot of like top end talent, and then kind of just a lot of like solid players, something like that. So they're definitely not as explosive as the offense, but like I said, they'll have guys that can wreck the game and can really give the Raiders a lot of trouble. Like they're a solid group up front. Like they're not going to win many games with their defense, but they're not going to lose a ton because of it either. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the Lions offense is really kind of dependent on the run game. It's not like they don't have to run the ball to win, but they are dependent on the run game to make sure they stay on the floor of their offense because they're really built off play action. I mean, it's Jared Goff. That's how you win with Jared Goff is play action. Brian Branch is not on the injury report, so he's playing. I just looked it up right now. I think, but David Montgomery, I think he might be out of this game, which is going to be a little bit of a big deal, right? Because as I'm saying, the past 2 games, they haven't been able to run the ball that well without him in there. So, I mean, they didn't run the ball well against the Bucs either, but I mean, we don't got Vita, so which I'm going to show a clip of him. Yeah, Vita, yeah, sorry. But I'm going to show a clip of him, and, that's going to be we don't have him. So it's going to be a little bit different of us playing run defense. John Jenkins is big, but he's just not as quick, and he's not a first-round pick, right?
Yeah, there aren't many Vita Veas in the world. There aren't many 350-pound athletic dudes who can move like you can.
The thing that scares me the most, though, is this is the most extensive screen game I have seen in a long time. Like wide receiver screens, turning running back screens into wide receiver screens. They did like a Texas route screen. I'm going to show that. They are extensive in the screen game. And if you watch this show, you know what kills Patrick Graham. Screens. So I am a little terrified of this game watching this. Because, I mean, every time they do a screen, they get like 10 yards. It doesn't matter who they play. Ravens, Bucks, Panthers, they run a screen, they're getting like 10 yards.
And that's what the Bears did a lot last week and ate them up.
And these are exotic screens. They're not just as normal, just to catch the ball, run it. They're like running backs run to the other side, and he does like a play action, and there's another running back on there, and he throws the back screen to the running back, and then he gets 15 yards. It's extensive. It's exotic. I never thought I'd use the word for screens. These are exotic wide receiver screens.
Exotic screens. I like it.
Exotic screens. So that's what makes me nervous about this game more than anything was watching all those damn screens. Because maybe if they can get pressure on Jared Goff, if they can get him out of the play action stuff and make him play drop back football, which the Bucs and the Ravens did the last 2 weeks. I don't think he played that well he's obviously terrible last week. The previous week, they didn't play on offense. They didn't look that good either on offense. That's why I had to go all the way back to the Panthers game because I was like, this is not the team that they're going to play this week, right? And of course, those 2 games on the road and at home, they averaged 31 points a game. So totally different team at home. Yep. This could be an interesting type of game. The Raiders
plus Monday Night Football. Plus, coming off getting whooped a little bit. I'm sure they'll come out with a little extra motivation.
Yeah, and we don't have Levante David. We don't have Devin White. And we don't have Roquan Smith. And we don't have Patrick Queen. That's a big difference too.
Divine Diablo might be out too. That's the big loss.
Yeah, and then or Kyle Hamilton. You know, see, Devon Diablo being out, not a big loss. Let me talk about this. It might not be a big loss because Masterson had a damn good game. He's the only guy who it was like him and Tyree Wilson, the only guys that showed up last week.
Yeah, my bad. I meant that as sarcasm. Oh, you're comparing Levante David and all those dudes. That's what I meant.
I low key want to play Milwaukee because at least he's physical and he can move. He's not scared of contact. Let's explain this. He would come and punch somebody in the mouth at least. Damn. Yeah, man. But yeah, it's perspective. That's why I had to go to the Panthers game because I was watching those last two games. I was like, man, this is not gonna happen. Go ahead.
Curious what you think about the O-line-D line. I mean, I know you talked about a little bit with like Vita Vea and John Jenkins, but like how the matchup on that side, because I feel like that's going to heavily favor the Lions with Penei Sewell being able to probably. I mean, we'll see. Penei Sewell, I think, will probably be one of Max Crosby's like biggest tests so far this season, and then I think he can keep him in check, and then the rest of the guys, like I feel like they have an advantage across the board.
See, I think Jared, what the Ravens and the Bucs did is they blitzed. So, because I think Jared Goff is not the best at picking up things pre-snap in the world. So like you can confuse him with blitzes and get him off his game a little bit. And that's the name of the game is pressure with him. You get pressure on him. Yeah, he's the same guy. He's not that much different. I mean, he's a veteran guy. He's the same. Jared Goff is just when he's in a good system, he throws a damn good dagger out. Josh McDaniels probably loved watching the film this week. But he does a damn good in route on the dig. So he runs this offense really well, but his blitzes and stuff like that kind of mix it up on him. But all right, I'll just go first because let's just get the people scared here a little bit. Started off that.
Yeah, not a lot of optimism to be honest with you guys heading into this game.
All right, here we go. Let's start off with the screens, and like I said, they get exotic. I mean, we're gonna start off with a little kind of simple one. This is a simple wide receiver screen here, but this is what I'm talking about. Look all the yards they get on these screens, right? And because they got these athletic, you talk about Penei Sewell, Ragnow, all those guys are super athletic, and they can get out in space, and they make this happen all the time. This is a regular occurrence on film.
Is that St. Brown 13?
No. I don't know what 13 was. It's not St. Brown though. I mean, that ball was even tipped, and they still got 20 yards. There's St. Brown right there, 14.
Oh, that's right.
You're right. So this one is let's talk about the exotic screens. See how it's like an angle route, and then look at all the space he has.
Plus, they get the ghost motion in the back with the receiver, or the jet motion to influence it out of the middle of the field.
I'm gonna go to it a little bit. Yeah, right. You get guys going this way, and that's a speed guy too. That's Jameson Williams. So you worry about with his speed, and they come back the opposite side with the angle route screen. I'll tell you, like, this is and this is how they get teams off balance. And one of the Raiders things wrong with the Raiders is what they do in space, tackling.
Yep.
All these type of things. It's gonna get. They're gonna try to expose that this week.
Yep, 13 missed tackles last week.
Oh, good Lord. Well, now it's more tackling in space, right? And then even like a basic screen. So I'm saying they get these guys out, and they get Porter out there, and it's like based on where the coverage is. You see like guys in the box, right? They're playing little quarters. I mean, based where they're at. I mean, they're kind of outmanned, and then they get this guy out here, and it's just. Free yards all the time. I mean, they do screens all day, man. This is a huge part of their offense. Like they run, like it is, like that's why they got all these little small speed guys, little shifty dudes that can make you miss in the middle of the field, and then they get the running backs involved. Like I really like this one, like you said, fake the kind of the counter run, and then throw it back to the running back. Steve Montgomery, it doesn't look like he's going to play this week, but that could be Jahmyr Gibbs, who is playing this week.
Yeah, who might be worse on
this play, right? I was going to say a play action, and then you're not thinking. I mean, you're not thinking wide receiver screen this far out with a running back. I mean, you're not thinking that, and it kind of just opens it up. You see all the space he has.
Jeez, man.
Look at all this space, and if this is Jahmyr Gibbs, right? Whoo!
And they got what, 3 linemen at least a couple yards past down the field. They got 2 that were 5 yards down the field. Like they got an athletic group up front too, man. Like they're good.
And that's why they do these things. That's why they do these screens, because they can get these guys out there, get these athletes, these athletic offensive linemen. Yeah.
Bus got a couple athletic linebackers too.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. All right. So for the run game, they're mostly outside zone team, but they mix it up with some counters and stuff like that. And just because we talk about the guys in space, they are an outside zone team. So you can see right here a little bit of the mixture up. See, Montgomery does a good job of pushing the hole and then hitting this comeback. But you see there's great blocking all around from all of these guys.
Puts the shoulder down.
Yep. Right. And gets about 8 yards there. So, I mean, this run game is effective. I mean, they only got 40 yards against the Bucks, but you even see here, they even get some push on Vita Vea, right? Vita Vea. Vita Vea. Right?
The V's get you, don't you?
Yeah, it does, man. It's getting me. It's getting me tongue twisted here. You see it from this side too. Yeah, they can mix it up in the run game a little bit too. You see it here, like they like to kind of do the tosses. Like I said, they got to get these guys in space. Get 4 yards there on the toss. See it better from this side. And they're just sound offensive linemen. Just push. I just never, we're not used to seeing this much push, guys. But, also we don't get our athletic linemen in space either. So, it goes both ways. Here we go. But here is, now you see like the little counter run, right? And you see David Montgomery be patient here. And then this is what I'm saying. They get so much push and have so much control that he can run into the back of some linemen, run into the back, and then go for 60.
Yeah, I was going to say, he makes the wrong read, but it ends up helping him out. And because they have it all blocked up, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. He scores a touchdown. So this is how they work up front, right? This is how they work up front. He chose the wrong hole and still scored.
Fucking good. Oh, God.
Yeah, and he still scored a touchdown. All right. And it's consistent, pretty damn consistent run game. Before the last 2 games, they had 150 yards rushing like every game.
Yeah.
They had 200 against the Packers. But like we'll see Vita Vea right here. We don't have him, but right, those are the type of things that you got to have to kind of blow this team up, right? So he does a good job of seeing that counter right real quick and making that play.
That was really just a mistake by the right guard, I think.
All right, you see here another one. See these guys kind of crashing. Yeah, Winfield. They can't move some of these big guys inside, but yeah, you gotta win in the trenches against the team to have any shot. If you're not winning in the trenches, it's gonna be embarrassing. And I still, the Raiders really got pushed around. I want to say bitched around. I'm gonna say that they got bitched around last week. There's some embarrassing plays. I don't know. You didn't watch that tape, Matt?
No, I did not bother.
Oh my God, I know you didn't.
I was not going about to do that.
Their manhood was questioned. I feel like they have to come and really show their manhood this week. So if I was a D-line coach, man, I'd be getting on their manhood. Linebacker coach too, but different story. But you see here, like these guys they're winning up front against them. And that's a big thing. You have to win in the trenches to stop this team because they're based off the run. Because if you don't stop the run, this is a good transition. You will get play action to death. Play action. And we're hitting these digs. I'm saying we're hitting a little play action, little double digs here. Wide open guy. And Garrett Goff, especially with the offensive line, he has time. He can read the field pretty well and hit off these play action throws. And they're going to do this consistently. And you see these pockets. If he has a clean pocket, boom, he's right there on the money. And you see it again here. Play action. Right there, quick throw. Right on the money, right to Josh Reynolds. So, I mean, this is what they like to do. This is what they do. Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, this is what they like to do.
Those guys have a good connection, too. Him and Reynolds, Goff and Reynolds, they go way back.
Yeah, right
Like
on
he
time.
knew
Good
exactly
anticipation.
when he was going to sit there.
Mm-hmm. Right. You know, Jameson Williamson. Is it Williamson or Williams?
Jameson Williams.
Yeah, he can get involved too
Now
on
you
the
got me
deep
again.
route. Yeah, my bad, dude. So yeah, he can
Williams.
get open on the deep route too. You know, when he makes plays that really didn't show up play. He only had really one deep route. Like I said, the Bucks game and the Ravens game is weird, but you see what they like to do on play action. They get you in the red zone here too. Show play action, release it, and then Sam Laporta, who's getting involved in this offense a lot. Touchdown. So I mean, this is what their offense is built off of. They can run the football and they win in the trenches. It's going to be a long day. It could be a long day. So the Raiders have to really show their manhood to me. I think they that was a manhood game last week, and they need to do that. I know I'm showing a lot of toxic masculinity they'll say these days, but I don't care. I think this is football. Here we go. And one, like I said, what Matt mentioned, you got a great connection with Josh Reynolds. When they get in the drop back game, they do have some elements of passing downfield and making some plays, but this is what you want. You want to get them in the drop back game, in my opinion. That's where Jared Goff really struggles, and you get some pressure on him on third down. But it's just a great catch by Reynolds too. So he's a dangerous guy outside, Josh Reynolds, and of course you got Amon St. Brown, Amon Ra. You know, his dad with his crazy names, Sun God over here, the Sun God St. Brown. That block from Craig Reynolds is crazy. So I mean, this is the type of things. I mean, they're gonna have to tackle.
Yeah, and these guys are Amon-Ra as a. I mean, you can see it on this play, like his vision after the catch to find the like best lane to go score here on a 5-yard route.
And Goff depends on him a lot. That block is crazy. He really depends on him a lot. So this block, but you know the Bucks, they try to blitz him as much as possible. And Todd Bowles, took out two guys basically. That's how he scored a touchdown. But I mean, that's their mentality. I'm telling you, these guys are physical. These are Dan Campbell football team. You can't come in here and be soft in this game. They're gonna have to, or they're gonna get punched in the mouth. And I'm telling you, they're probably looking at the tape and salivating at some of the way the linebackers play and how soft they're playing the last couple of games. And I hate saying that word with football players, man, but I don't know other way to describe it. You see St. Raw there playing inside, but like this, you got to get pressure on these guys. So, I mean, that's the game. You got to get Jared Goff. He can't move. So if you get pressure, what? Yeah, Williams. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When they draft everybody, all the guys that nobody else wants to draft.
Yep.
Yeah. So got to get pressure on these guys. And then like this one, I really like, and that's what I'm talking about. Jared Goff not seeing things. So you see the motion here. I'll stop it right here. I mean, you can kind of tell if you're just being aware. If you're aware quarterback, you kind of tell this guy's creeping. He's really giving it away, in my opinion. You can kind of see his eyes a little bit, and Goff doesn't see it at all. He looks totally the other side, and by the time he tries to go through his reads, the dude's right on him. So like that could be a Meek Robinson. That could be, I know Nate Haas probably isn't playing this week, but that could be like a Meek Robinson, Tyler Hall. Send that guy off the edge, and kind of deceive him a little bit. And so this is a creeper blitz too. You kind of see, has a simulated blitz, how they drop off 98, I believe, right? Yeah, 98 drops back. So it's 96. You mix it up these type of ways against Jared Goff because he doesn't pick these things up quick. He doesn't pick them up well. He really doesn't. So here's another one. This one's kind of a delay blitz. I like this one. This is something I think they should do if they see play action, and they should just go after him. Because I'm telling you, he can't move, and he's just supposed to get rid of the ball. He can't do this little play action, throw, dig thing, right? And that's why I think the Bucks had a great game plan against them. Right? He's just coming, no matter what. Make him have to flip the ball away. And then this one too, another blitz, and this is on third down, right? And see, they get everybody lined up here, so they get a little confusion from the offensive line. They mix it up. 94 comes, and hopefully, Adam Butler or whoever this is can beat a running back, hopefully, and we get some pressure on Goff. So that's how you beat these guys, man. is you got to win the trenches.
Got to bite kneecaps with. We got to fight biting kneecaps with biting kneecaps.
Yes, you got to bite kneecaps. Got to bite kneecaps, man. Really. Because I'm telling you, if the Raiders have any self-respect, they have to come and play harder than they did last week. I mean, you need to watch the film, man. I mean, I'm gonna put the clip of Spillane getting killed. There's a screenplay where they did like a back throw where like
I remember watching pancakes.
It live. There's like 4 pancakes on that play. Like they have to come at least play a little tougher, in my opinion. But it's
what was it? Cole Kmet came out and said it. Like he's like, yeah, that was like not the same team we watched on film. Like they looked like they were like half asleep still when they were playing the game, and they were just gassed. So yeah, it's when you got a guy like that's not known for his blocking and doesn't get a single catch in the game, basically saying that like kind of a big gut punch, like what you're talking about. Question the manhood a little bit. So, I mean, I feel like too this will be a big test on like how much like buy-in Josh McDaniels has. Like if they come out flat after last week, like that to me will be like, yeah, maybe he's not the motivator we're hoping he'd be and has respect for the guys because, like you said, they got punched in the mouth last week and they're about to go play on a national stage. Like, I guess a really good team. Like, you got to bring it. You got to bring everything you got.
A team that got punched in the mouth, a team that likes to punch people in the mouth, that got punched in the mouth last week. They're the bully, and they got bullied last week. So they're gonna try to take it out on the Raiders. And I'm telling you, it's all over the film. They are looking at the Raiders. We could punk these guys, and that's gonna be their plan. They're gonna try to punk us, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
They think we're soft. We'll see. All right, Matt. Let's get some Aiden Hutchinson and check that out.
Sounds good. All right, you got me up there?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Let's go.
All right. So, yeah, like I was saying a little bit, Lions defense kind of has a lot of a few stars, one of them being Aiden Hutchinson. He's hands down easily the best player on their defense. And one of the things he can really kind of create havoc with is he's really good at turning his speed to power, has a lot of pass rush moves in general, but we'll see it here. I mean, Taylor Moton, I believe that's the right tackle. He didn't even set his base. Obviously, get Bryce Young off out of the pocket and ends up throwing an incompletion here just to get it away. But I mean, like right here is just watch being such a D line fan. Like this is just perfect, right? We got our hands inside his feet, never stop moving, and I mean, anytime you can push the offensive tackle into the quarterback, doing pretty good on the old. On the speed to power bull rush right there.
Mm-hmm.
So again, now here's the problem too, and I put these clips back to back for a reason. Is you'll see this time trying to be a little bit more aggressive. The right tackle here, Moton, trying to be more aggressive and try and take the fight to him, make the first significant contact, and then Aiden Hutchinson just puts a spin move on the dude, and we're eating turf pellets. like. When I watch this, you can see it, right? Like he's got his head or his nose over his toes. Like he's trying to be aggressive. He doesn't want to get pushed in the quarterback again. And then when a guy can just do that to you, it's brutal. It's hard to block him. And then two, we're gonna go back to turning speed to power and watch how less aggressive this right tackle is, because this is what it can do. This is what happens when you have a guy that can do a spin move and then also can beat you up physically and then also spin against you. Just looks how much less aggressive, right? Like his stance, his posture, and then on top of it, he can just push right through the inside shoulder. So yeah,
he's trying to brace for the anchor, and then it still didn't work.
And going back to it, get another spin move here.
God, he had no time in hell.
This dude is just I feel bad for this right tackle. He just doesn't know what to do. If he's aggressive, he's gonna spin move and beat him to the inside. If he tries to play back, he's gonna run through him. So that's part of the reason why Aiden Hutchinson is just such a problem. Is he has so many ways to beat you that it's hard to prepare for an offensive lineman. You never know what's coming.
There's some good Bryce Young throws in this tip film, though. But you go.
Yeah, no, he made a couple times. This one I think is actually going to be another nice ball by him too. He had actually a decent game there. He's had a few nice throws. Just the Panthers offense is trash,
garbage.
Yeah. So Marcus, we've seen speed to power twice. Seen 2 spin moves. How about we add chop rip?
Oh, okay. Oh, and some bend. All right.
Yeah, and some bend too. No, never mind. That there wasn't. I think it was the last one that was pretty nice from Bryce Young.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about. We're like with this guy, we're like, hey, he can beat you with power, he can beat you with finesse, and he can beat you around the edge with bend too. Like that's gonna be tough for whoever's playing right tackle, whether that be Jermaine Illuminor or Thayer Munford, who maybe Munford is the best chance because they played against each other in college, might know a little bit, but yeah, give me tough for the Raiders right tackle. This is a sack, which actually is again one of the least impressive reps he's had of the clips we've seen here. I mean, Carolina, they started the game chipping him, it wasn't really working. And I mean, here they kind of got back to it later. Obviously, chip with the tight end, help out this tackle. And that time he doesn't have to worry about the speed, so he can play the spin. And Hutchinson still gets the sack because Bryce Young steps up in the pocket. So, I mean, again, I always say when I find a pass rusher and his sack is a sack he makes is the least impressive play I've watched. That's how you know you got a guy that can get after the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is a little more nuanced here, but Aiden Hutchinson has 4 picks in 24 games, and he's a defensive lineman. And we'll see it here. It's part of his instincts and just his pure athleticism, right? This is the beginning of the game where I was talking about with where they were chipping with the tight end.
Yeah,
they're going to try and sell the chip, right? Because they've been setting this up for a few plays now, where they have the tight end block and just drop back and pass. Mm-hmm. This time it's a screen, but he reads it. And then he makes a one-handed pick. You can kind of see it a little blurry right there. I mean, how many defensive linemen are you going to find that are able to do that? That's just crazy to get 4 picks and all of that. Insane.
In 2 seasons.
2 seasons. I put the wrong clip. In 2 seasons, yeah. Not even 2 seasons because we're only halfway through it. Put the wrong clip in there, unfortunately. But the one thing I will say that I was going to say that is positive is I do think you can run. I think you can run at Aiden Hutchinson a little bit. He's not quite as physical when he's taking on offensive linemen. When you block him with the tight end, he ramps it up and he gets excited and he'll be able to shed. Mm-hmm. But against a lot of tackles like that, Moten, they kind of were having a lot of patty cake at best, where he'll miss some tackles. He's got a pretty high missed tackle rate on PFF. So that is kind of the good news. I think you can run at him a little bit, especially if you can get a guy like Thayer Munford into him and be a little bit more aggressive. Those gap runs that you like talking about, I think that can be effective. But problem on the other end is Aleem McNeil is a pretty damn good run defender. So in the middle, so yeah, we got a lot of problems with this Lions defense, and it kind of all starts with Hutchinson up front there.
Yeah, the best way to beat the Lions, even with them getting pressure, is to pass the ball. That's what the Ravens did. They just chopped them up down the field because they're not the greatest outside at the cornerback position. There's some pretty good safeties, but corners are not that special. Yeah. So
and they're missing they signed Sutton and Mosley. Mosley was coming back from a torn ACL 2 games into this season. When he came back, he tore his other ACL. So yeah, they're a little bit down in the secondary, and I don't think they have that great of that much depth either. So if you can block them up front, if you can keep that guy in check, then you'll be all right. Because it's not McNeil's a solid pass rusher, but he's not great.
Yeah.
And then other than that, that's one of the things going into the trade deadline that the Lions are looking at or rumored to be looking at is getting another pass rusher with Hutchinson. So
yeah,
you can shut him down, you have a chance.
Right? Justin Houston over there, right? They got Justin Houston over there, right?
No, he's in Carolina.
Oh, wrong team.
Yeah, so he's one of the guys that are rumored to potentially be trading for. So yeah,
that's funny.
Him or Brian Burns maybe.
Oh, maybe. All right. Yeah. It's gonna be an interesting game. Because just watching you show that Aiden Hutchinson pick, I just thought of Garoppolo really quickly.
Jimmy Garoppolo is the perfect quarterback for Aiden Hutchinson to get a pick on, because I feel like he's done that before, where he's throwing on a screen,
basically not even a screen, just basically on a check down. He's not getting at the quarterback, he just steps back and just out of check down and just takes it out the air. He's that type of thing.
Now that I remember it, wasn't it? It was one of the primetime games for the Niners when I think they were playing the Broncos, right? And like Garoppolo like stepped out of the back of the end zone for a safety, but on the same play he threw a pick six to Bradley Chubb on a screen. Yeah.
Yeah,
So thanks for putting that in my mind right now, because now that's all I'm gonna be thinking about until Monday.
that's the first thing I thought about. When as soon as I saw him reach his hand out, I was like, oh yeah, that's just Garoppolo forcing a check down. And Aiden Hutchinson coming off and just intercepting it. So yeah.
For his fifth pick in 2 years.
I'm sorry, guys. You should be more positive in this game, but I don't know. It's the screens. As soon as I saw the screens, I was like, "Oh God, no! They're gonna screen us to death."
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I want to be, but like after watching last week and like seeing how good this Lions team is, like it's hard to be like, yeah, this is where I can see them winning the game, because they're gonna need to score 20 points.
Yeah, you're gonna have to score 20 points. You're gonna have to score points this game. You know,
Yeah.
because one, the other team plays like how the Raiders want to play how the Lions actually play. So if the Raiders don't score points, they're not gonna have the ball if they don't stop the Lions. The Lions are just slowly bleed them. It's gonna just be a slow bleed, and so they have to score because they're not gonna have that many possessions if they don't. To be honest, so it's that's the interesting part. All right.
Now that Williams is back too, like they can do the slow bleed, deep shot. Like they got exactly what they want right now from offensively. So could be a tough one, but hopefully they'll come out and show some more fight.
Yeah, just show some heart this game, man. Let's cover. Can we cover? We're just -8 right now. Just cover. Right?
One possession.
Make a one possession game. Let's cover. You know, let's not embarrass ourselves on Monday Night Football. That's what I really want to see. I want to see these guys cover. Right? Show some damn heart in this game.
So when I was in college, we were playing Portland State, and we were D3 school, and our coach's philosophy in the game, going into the game, was just keep their starters in. Just keep their starters in.
That's great.
The longer we can keep their starters in, we want their starters to come out in the second half. We don't want them taking their pads off in the second half.
That is realism and perspective. That's a great coach right there. He's like, let's keep as long as we keep our starters in there. That is great job. I'll be so proud of you guys. You keep the starters in the third quarter. I'll be so proud. Yeah. All right. Like I said, guys, subscribe. Check out some of the quarterback breakdown we did. That can be up. You guys can check that every single day. That's not going to change with Dre May and Caleb Williams. Check out that with your rookie quarterbacks. Also, if you're members, I got Michael Penix up there. I did a Michael Penix breakdown. This whole game against Boise State. So check that out. You know, I know a lot of people wanted to ask about Michael Penix Jr., so I did a whole breakdown on it. I might chop it up and put it up, but membership, you get every single throw that he made that game. So check that out. And that's about it, guys. And then we'll get ready for Monday, and hopefully the Raiders show up. That's all we want. You just want the Raiders to show up. Please show up. All right, guys, we're out here. Peace.